We found a receipt in the trunk of your husband's car for a live pig. This receipt was made out to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
Okay.
What makes you say that about Morgan, ma'am?
He's the foreman at my husband's plant. A very shady character. I've told Adrian he needs to keep his distance from the staff. They're always out drinking together.
Right. I think let's start with the obvious.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? What an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
So, yeah, so she's not kind of like... she's. Ooh, I was about to say that you weren't looking away or anything. And suddenly she looks away. So, I don't think we've got any evidence to say she wasn't here. So I'm going to doubt.
The evidence is stacking up, Mrs. Black. It all places you at the rail yard last night.
Whoa!
I've already told you I was here all night alone. Your stack of evidence doesn't change a thing.
We don't have any evidence that it was her! Oh, come on, game. Like, the point is, like, so, when they look, if they're looking straight ahead, they're telling the truth. Maybe I waited too long and they do it every so often anyway, and it's more the frequency. But I'm a bit frustrated that his response to doubt is, "You did it!" No, the doubt is, can anyone back that up? And then she says no, and that's the evidence of, like, well, can we trust you? Rather than, you did it. Stupid Cole.
Tell us about the photo of Adrian in the bedroom.
What is there to tell? It's from his most recent business trip to Seattle.
Oh, dear. Can I, if I say lie?
There's plenty to tell. You just won't tell it. You're lying about the photograph, Mrs. Black.
You're incredibly rude and insensitive. But I guess you know that. I've told you what I know about the picture.
Okay, so... yeah, normally they talk about evidence. It is a concealed message.
Looks like I was mistaken.
Do I want to doubt? I want to doubt.
You and your husband are in separate bedrooms. What gives? Did you want him out of the way, Margaret?
No, I did not.
This isn't doubting. This is
My
accusing
husband and I
her.
may have drifted apart, but it wasn't my choice.
I'm annoyed that it's like the response to that is like, you mean like there's nothing special about it? It's like, oh, like the two of you are sleeping in two separate rooms. That means you want him dead. Like, that's stupid. That's a stupid idea.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
How did you know that? Adrian practically lives there after work.
There's no reason to doubt that.
So Adrian spends a lot of time there.
Up until recently, he's been away in Seattle a lot on business.
Business. Inverted commas. Do you know where he is?
Did your husband tell you where he was going last night?
All he said was he was going to meet Frank for a drink.
Okay.
So nothing out of the usual then.
Well, he came home early from work. He never comes home early. And he went out early, too. He normally never leaves for the bar till about 7.
Was that the night where the car was there? I've already forgotten. Glasses.
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
We have an old pair. Okay, we'll try lie.
That's a lie, Margaret. You know exactly what Perry was wearing because you were there.
You're being flat out ridiculous now. Why don't you show me some proof of where I was supposed to be?
Well, we don't know where he was. This is the problem, is he's lying. He's accusing her of lying about something that's completely irrelevant. Like, she didn't say anything about where she was. You're lying. Like, we don't know where she was, so never mind.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
So it's not lying. Like, she's not reacting to it. Like, she's reacting to it the same as other things where I'm like, oh, I should have put truth. So I'll put truth and see what happens.
Go on.
Okay.
I kept telling him to throw those old ones away. He tried to repair them with tape. They looked terrible.
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
Please do, Detective.
I'd prefer it if they were like argue from evidence, argue.
Grab the phone. R and I could run down an address for Kavanaugh.
I'm about to, Stefan. And then just accept or something. And they kind of sway them different ways.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt, south side of Union Station.
Thanks.
And I think normally when you call them, they kind of work through all the different things. Right, what locations have we got? Is it just Kavanagh's? Okay, it's just Kavanagh's. Okay, yeah, they're probably just doing like, here is a very, very basic game, a very basic level, and you drive because I'm lazy.
You know the way. You can drive.
Where are we going?
Kavanagh's, obviously. It's the only place we can go. But because...
Jesus, I'm glad to be out of there.
Mr. and Mrs. Black don't seem to have the happiest home life.
He's too scared to divorce her, and she's too much of a shrinking violet to throw him out. If this hadn't happened, they could have stayed miserable together forever.
You think she could have killed him?
She sure as hell doesn't seem the type. Stranger things have happened.
One-armed bandits take...
So, yes. But I assume because this is the first one of this kind, that they're not going to show you, not going to go through everything. Oh, was that your ringtone?
Hey, I know you.
No, you don't.
The turkey salad sandwich was great. We were at school together. How about you buy me a drink for old time's sake?
I see. He tries that on people, does he?
All these grits?
You looking for someone?
That's one heck of a Sunday. You think talk is cheap, try hiring a lawyer.
You know Frank Morgan?
Sure. Frank's a regular. He's a loner in the back.
That broad got socks in the brassiere.
He just refuses
Frank
to
Morgan?
accompany me to church.
Who's asking?
Cole Phelps, LAPD. I understand you're a friend of Adrian Black.
Yeah, I know.
Are you aware that he's missing?
No, I hadn't heard that. Tough break.
Yeah, the receipt.
We found Black's car abandoned in a freight depot, covered in blood. You know anything about that, Morgan?
Hell no. I'm sorry to hear that. I like Adrian. He's a good boss.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk-off, Phelps.
The thing is, I don't think I've got any evidence to go for the lie.
I think you were in on it, Morgan. You drove down there, and you let Black have it.
Ooh, I'm a bad boy. That the best you got?
That's so stupid. Like, there's no I'm guessing I meant to thinking back based on that reaction, I meant to go, you're lying because there's a link to the abandoned vehicle. But that's not what he was talking about. His point wasn't lying because the question wasn't the receipt, which I'm guessing is so that you don't immediately go, oh, the receipt. Which admittedly was what happened with me. But if you're gonna do something like this, you've got to make it clear what the puzzle is.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I'll go back to my drink.
Shut up. I'm annoyed. No.
When did you last see Adrian?
Hell, I don't know. I had plenty to drink last night. Things are a little sketchy.
I'm just gonna call you.
Lying, Morgan. What happened to Adrian?
I have 10 guys who say I was here the whole night. You think you can prove I was there?
I'm gonna try using the receipt now.
You signed your name and left it on the slaughterhouse receipt, Frank. We couldn't have you colder if we found you curled up in the back seat.
All right. I helped him. He wanted it to look like his car got hijacked. He's fallen for some dame up in Seattle, and now he's got to go start a new life with her. Goddamn fool.
Yes.
Where exactly is Black holed up?
No idea. I think he took off for Seattle.
I've not got any evidence that he's lying, so I'm gonna just doubt him.
I'm tired of your shtick, Morgan. Spill it! Or we take you out in the alley and we knock it out of you.
He's holed up at my place. He's waiting for some money to come through before he blows town.
An address?
It's an apartment house at the corner of Temple and Figueroa. Apartment number 2.
I think that's all. Thanks for your help, Morgan. We appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just glad I could help. I love cops. Cuff him, let him go. It's up to you, Phelps. There's no way I'm writing this idiot up.
Well, he's very much involved.
Wasn't great, but you're real nice.
And there's an element of setting up his wife to be for his murder.
You got Morgan's address? Let's get over to his apartment.
Right. Yeah, you drive. I'm gonna stick with being lazy. No, what are you doing? Thank you.
You can drive.
Let's go to that
And
apartment.
where exactly are we going?
Morgan's apartment. There's only one option. Hush.
KGPL calling car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Message from Technical Services. Blood found in the abandoned Lincoln at the PE Freight Depot is not human. Repeat, not human. Compositional analysis reveals swine as the most likely match.
Roger, KGPL. Time to reel this guy in.
But we already knew he was alive. That's the thing. Like, we already knew he was alive. We've just been told he's alive, if nothing else. So it's not the most impressive thing to be now told. Oh, it's not actually really his blood.
Let's check the place out. Come on.
It was apartment number 2, wasn't it? Yeah.
Apartment 2.
Apartment 2. But still some letters in there. That's interesting. So 2's over this way. 2. There we go.
Help you, gentlemen?
LAPD detectives, Mr. Black. You're under arrest.
Look, I'm really sorry about this. I never tried to hurt anyone. I just needed to get away from LA. I won't put up a struggle. Just let me get my things.
And he's gonna run.
I knew it! Phelps, go after him. I'll try and head him off in the car. Remember, the gun is the last resort.
Yeah, I know.
There's no point running, Adrian. Mr. Black, get back here right now. It's over, Adrian.
Stop right there, Adrian.
Why not just come clean with her, Black? Why the melodrama?
I thought it would be easier.
No, it just got a whole lot harder. Adrian Black, you're under arrest for conspiracy and fraud. We'll see what the DA has to say about wasting police resources on a wild goose chase like this.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job, and probably end up in the big house. I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
That turned out to be quite some case, huh? Adrian, what an idiot. You got an arrest and a clearance in your first case, and in fine style, too. Well done, detective. Efficient investigation technique, good public presence. You keep that up and you learn from Bukowski here, you can go a long way in this department.
Driver's seat. Still got distinguished, despite missing a few of those questions, which was a bit frustrating. Mrs. Black is no doormat, the right evidence, and she would have spilled the beans on her husband. But she didn't know anything, did she? Like that's the issue that we had with the conversation with her. It's basically the argument is, was she involved? Not did she know anything? Because she didn't. So, I'm not entirely sure what the point of that is. It's distinguished. No vehicle damage. No injuries caused. No city damage. Probably because I wasn't driving. So that's one way to avoid it, I suppose. Yes. All the clues. That's my strength. Interacting with people. Less of a strength. This is very much like real life. So let's close. I don't know if... Here's the thing. Is I don't know when to say goodbye and sign off. Because I don't know if there's going to be any cutscenes or anything. But this is going to be... We're only doing the one case in this session. So let's see.